Thank you for staying with us. The cost of the manufacture and sale of weapons in the global economy is a billion-dollar industry that operates both above and below the legal radar, and one that needs to be regulated. That's the purpose of a special two-day meeting of the Arms Trade Treaty in Port of Spain, bringing about regulation for the proliferation of arms, especially in the Caribbean region. In tonight's business report, Roger Dwarika has the facts and figures and views from the treaty conference on the manufacture and sale of arms.
There are two types of trade in arms, the legal side and the black market. And as most studies have shown, the one that flourishes the most is the illegal market. Weapons come in all forms, shapes and sizes, from high-powered assault rifles to small sidearms. The problem the global industry has had, according to NGO Control Arms, is regulating a global industry that's worth some $18 billion illegally in Africa alone.
So we've estimated in research that we've done in Africa, for example, that armed violence costs Africa around $18 billion a year, and that's not just in the costs of direct health costs, but in the lack of lost economic opportunities, the health costs of dealing with so many people who are injured as a result of armed violence and so on. It's about the same money that goes in as aid to the continent every year.
That's one of the key reasons that more than 86 countries have gathered in Port of Spain to work out the terms and conditions of the UN Arms Trade Treaty, which came into effect last December. But the problem of regulation is twofold, crossing into the legal trade also.
Trade, and there's a big grey area in the middle. 99% of weapons that end up in the illicit trade, which causes the biggest problems, start off in the legal trade, and it shows us that there's a big problem of diversion of arms getting into the wrong hands. So the first step is to try to bring the legal trade under control.
According to a Geneva report in the early 2000s, one person dies from armed violence every minute somewhere in the world. The statistics also showed, whilst there's the costs of the illegal weapons, many don't see the flip side, the cost to society and the health sector and the economic effects.
All these costs, difficult to estimate, but they came to a figure of, I think, 1.8 billion a year just from civilian armed violence. People don't often realize just how costly the effects of unregulated and irresponsible trade are.
In Trinidad, there have been efforts to control the flow of illegal weapons into the country via its borders from Latin America mainly. It's estimated the cost of illegal weapons is in the region of some $10 million annually. However, whilst only 2 countries manufacture guns in Latin America, part of the treaty is about regulating diversion of arms.
Two companies that sell and make very good quality arms and very cheap because exchange rate, and most of the production goes to the United States.